Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining in. My name is Misty Petrella. Thank you so much for joining me for Empowered You, which is this morning routine challenge that is all about getting you and your business ready for the day. And so what we're going to do today is, as people join in, that's totally fine. What we're going to do is take a moment to get present in the room. Put your feet on the ground. Take it a moment to breathe. Now close your eyes for a moment. And what we're going to do is create a circle for everyone who is either on the phone or on the line with us now, or who will be joining later in the day. We're going to join our energy together. And like I said, even if you're not here right now in this moment, you can still absolutely be a part of this. So we're going to create a circle, and just send love to all the other people in the circle. If you are in need of healing right now, please put yourself in the center of the circle. We are happy to send our love directly to you. There's not a lot of time that we get in the day to sit and be love. And this is our chance to do it and send it out into the world. And just be here for a moment. Okay, thank you very much. Come back to the room. Now, this is an exercise that we did really quickly yesterday. It will help you to get present and clean out your energy throughout the day, and is important for people who are doing healing work, especially, and energetic work. So what I'm going to have you do real quick is to close your eyes again, make sure your feet are on the ground. And you're going to put your energy in your heart space. You can even put your hand on your heart if you want to. And imagine that that heart energy that is there is expanding through your entire body. See what color it is? What color is your heart energy? That's an interesting question. It's expanding through your whole body. It's shining out through the top of your head. It's shining out through your ears. It's shining out through your mouth. This energy, this love that's straight from your heart is taking up all of the space in your body and nourishing every organ inside of you and your aura outside of you. Your heart energy is glowing so wonderfully bright right now that you are bright. Now, picture that energy washing down all the way through your feet, down your tailbone, down straight through the center of the earth, all the way down, 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 down to the core of our planet, the heart of our mother, Earth, and wrap that love energy directly around her, anchoring you energetically to the planet and the planet energetically to you. Now Mother Earth sends her energy, which has a very different quality, back up to you. Up through your feet and your ankles and your knees and your hips. up through your waist, up through your ovaries, all of those organs inside, your stomach, intestines, and pancreas, and liver, and kidneys, your heart, all your chakras, your fourth chakra where your heart is, up through your fifth where you communicate, up through your sixth where you see, and up through your seventh, straight up, up, as far as you can see. That earth energy keeps going up as far as you can possibly imagine. Straight up, up. And you're going to grab some of that celestial energy, which also has a very different quality, and bring it down into you. This white, bright light down through your seventh, cleaning out your sixth, and your fifth, to your throat and your mouth. That celestial energy hits your heart space as well, giving it even more love and power. Down through your waist, down through your hips, your knees, down through your feet, and down into the core of Mother Earth. And just sit here for a moment and bask in this energy that is you and the whole. Okay. So wiggle your feet a little bit, wiggle your hands, come back into the room. Thank you for participating. You have now brought more love to yourself and to the planet. Thank you. Okay, so today's little bit of information that I'm going to share with you. Well, I've got two things kind of. But today is in the terms of Hal Elrod, who wrote the Miracle Morning, from which of the basis this is, right? He has these practices, these daily practices. They're called savers, right? And so the first one is silence. And silence for a lot of people is, it's meditation. Technically, that's what we're talking about here, right? We just did a little bit of practice right there, cleaning your energy out, although not considered meditation, just a healthy daily practice. It's like brushing your teeth. But silence and sitting in meditation for a moment and letting what arises arise and being okay with whatever arises gives us, as a practice, so much more power in our businesses and in our lives. Many of the times when we are running from something, or, I noticed yesterday, actually, in our awareness practice, I had one yesterday for the group. I noticed that I wanted coffee. I was like, ooh, I want coffee. I was sort of jonesing for it. And I decided to sit with myself for a moment and sort of figure out what that was coming from. And immediately when I looked inside, it was because I was anxious about something. And I realized that I was using coffee because I have this sort of my addictions run deep. Okay. So I have my coffee right here. Okay. So I usually have one like early in the morning, and then I have one in the afternoon, and I was craving my one in the afternoon yesterday. And it was directly linked to the fact that I was feeling anxious. So if we can understand those, or become aware of those things in ourselves before we take action that isn't necessarily beneficial, it makes us so much more powerful. We become more aware of what is driving us. It also, I sort of talked about this yesterday in terms of power of awareness, but it also really makes you an even more powerful healer, because it doesn't happen to me so much as much anymore. But when I first started coaching, we tend to attract people that are like us, situations that are similar to us. That's just, how manifestation works, right? So we tend to attract those things to us. And so that also happens in clients. I mean, and that is true to this day. Usually if I'm going through something, I'm attracting some version of that in clients. And that is no joke. Okay. And so when that happens, and that's of course perfectly natural and normal, and that's okay. But when that happens, sometimes people are going through similar things to you, and you can get triggered by what's going on with your client. I don't know if you've had this experience or not, but it has in fact happened to me. Now, I've been able to, in every case, because I had 2 years of pretty intense coaching training, to be able to, at least if I was triggered, to sort of not react, right? I would hold it in and keep going with the coaching, and the other person probably had no idea. But if we can become more aware, it gives you space from being reactionary to reactive. And so, did I even say that right? It takes out that immediate reaction and gives you space to make a choice. Now, that's beneficial just in our lives, period, in our relationships, just going throughout the day, being able to make a choice instead of old patterns just jumping up and getting you. Okay? So, I mean, even Matthew Kelly, he wrote this book, The Rhythm of Life, which has a lot to do with meditation. He says, and I'm going to quote, "You can learn more in an hour of silence than you can from a year in books." And that ain't no joke. Okay? So you know what's going to happen here. We're going to do silence for just 2 minutes. I'm going to time it. If it stresses you out, just think about what's going on, right? And when we get silent, if you know me, you maybe have gotten silent before, right? So you've spent time in meditation. Likely you have, okay? So this probably isn't a new experience for you, but just in case that it is, okay? When we take our body silent for the first time, stuff can start to come up. Your brain sometimes will start to yell at you. Things that are bothering you come up, okay? And these are all the things coming up that we've stuffed down in there, right? So they need to come out anyway. So as you see these things come up, and just a note about awareness in general, as you see things about yourself and about the world around you, as you become more aware, which you will if you meditate, even for 2 minutes a day, which we're going to do for the next 10 days, short minutes, awareness comes up about things in your life that you weren't aware of before. And sometimes those things can be a little, not scary necessarily, but uncomfortable maybe. And so what I encourage you to do, if you see something about yourself or a person that you're in a relationship with or whatever, okay, try to hold space even for that, because it's okay. It's okay that that stuff is coming up, okay? And so just love it even more, all right? Now, even my own story real quick here. I came out, when I very first started meditating a long time ago, I came from a space where like meditating wasn't in our normal sphere of influence. So it wasn't something we did, okay, in my family or even in my society, really. The people I hung out with didn't meditate, just wasn't around, okay? I mean, it's grown a lot in the last 10 years, especially in the US. And so, or probably the last 30 years. So when I used to be, really reactionary. Like my reactionary times were quick, right? There was almost there was emotion and stress, and especially in relationships, okay? I mean, it's a real thing. I am in fact divorced. And the more I become aware of some things, it's amazing how I was like, oh man, if I just had known that back in the day, right? But we can't know, we don't know it. So, but you will become aware of things. It's okay. Like I said, we can't go back in time. But what we can do is be loving to ourselves as they come up. And even for myself, I became really aware that I was really reactive. Really reactive. Guys, like if someone upset me, it was like this. I was like on them. Okay. And it was a defense mechanism because, well, for a lot of reasons. Okay. And I remember the very first time that I had enough space to not react, to just let that really intense feeling inside just be there. and it be okay. And I didn't have to share it with anyone. And I had just enough space to make the choice. Right? Now, this is powerful for us in our everyday lives and business, guys. I mean, this is huge, right? Because if we can make the choice instead, like we as entrepreneurs, we encounter choice all day long, right? I could make a bold action, or I could not make one. I could call that client that I know is interested in my services, or maybe I won't. Or I could promote that thing, or maybe I won't. And so instead of the won'ts just sort of happening, you see the choice. There's just enough space there to be like, I have a choice here. And that makes you the co-creator in your life. And it's something I still practice every day to get better at. Okay, so enough about my story and how this stuff's powerful. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to time it so it won't be too long. I super promise. And what we're going to do is just have 2 moments of silence. And what I want you to do, if it makes you feel better, is just focus on the air coming in and out of your body. And every time that the air leaves your body, you allow yourself to relax just a little bit more. Ready? Okay, go. I've got it timed for you. Okay. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Come back into the room. Now, this is also a really great practice to do if you're feeling some anxiety, right? Just come into a room where it's quiet. Breathe however your body's breathing. And at every exhale, you just relax a little bit more. Really brings you back into your body. Thanks for joining me, guys. Okay, so what I want to do real quick is make our commitment, our daily commitment today. So I'd like you to put your hand on your heart, please. And just repeat after me. I am empowered because I am aware of myself and my business. The more aware I am, the more of the co-creator of my life that I am. So true too. Okay. So, okay. So another part of awareness, I'm gonna have to go through this pretty quick so I can get done on time. So now we're gonna move into the business side, guys. You did lovely with your self part today. Woohoo! Thanks, doll. We're on to the business side. So, okay. So a part of being aware in your business is this idea of the Johari window. The Johari window is this idea about communicating in your business, okay? And it's all about there's like two main ideas to it, okay? The first is that you build trust by being open and honest with people and vulnerable, right? And we all know that as coaches, right? That's part of our job. It's one of the only places in the world, the only jobs I know of, by the way, where you get kudos for messing up and getting through it. I mean, in other jobs, you get to mess up and not get punished, right? It's not like that. But when you, as a coach, when you mess up and then you share it with people how you made it through, they're like, oh my gosh, you're so amazing, right? So it's powerful for us to be open and honest with people. It builds trust, okay? The other side of that is you can become more open and honest with people by getting feedback from others. Okay? Which is a true statement. This is a truth of truths, okay? So we can only become more aware in our businesses because the Johari window has this, actually, maybe I can show you my screen real quick. Let me show you my screen real quick, desktop. No, I think that's it. Yeah, that'll work, okay. Okay, so here's the Johari window. Oh, that's not it. This is it. Okay. So this is the Johari window right here. Okay. So the known self is what we share with people. I'm just going to be real quick. The known self is what we share with people, right? And then there's this part down here, the blind self. Okay. The things that other people know about us that we don't know. Okay. And so here is a powerful part of understanding your business more. There are things about our business and about us that we don't know. We have a blind spot too. So here is your challenge for the day. Your business challenge for the day is, I want you to talk to 3 people, and 3 people that you know, okay? Clients that you're really close with, business partners or, business buddies that you have a really good relationship with, people you've done business with in the past, friends, whatever, okay? These are people that you really trust and love because you are going to ask them for a big favor. And as a matter of fact, Hal Elrod did this. Now, he didn't do it the way I'm going to tell you to do it. I'm doing it in a little bit more loving of a way. But what Hal did is he went out and asked 20 people to give him feedback about his blind spots, okay? Which is just the things he doesn't know about himself that might be frustrating or irritating or whatever, right? Ooh, doesn't that sound scary? That would be scary for me, okay? But the part that we're gonna do, okay, is I want you to ask 3 people for feedback about things that you excel in and feedback about things that you don't excel in, okay? So 3 things each. 3 things you excel in and 3 things that you could use help in, okay? Because, again, awareness is about understanding where we can improve. And we need to know that in our businesses. It's important. So that is your challenge, should you choose to accept it. You can do it, Cherise. I know you can. 3 things good, 3 things improvement by 3 people. And most people, if they love you which I'm asking you to reach out to people who do in fact love you, okay? They will be honest with you and they will be loving, because I've done this before and it's really, really powerful, okay? And again, silence is about building awareness, and we are going to take this level of awareness to your business, okay? So 3 things about you, and I know we're about to run like 2 minutes over. I was going to try and keep it shorter, but I can't help it. Okay, writing for your business. That's your challenge for the day, okay? Oh, you know what? I'm going to skip over this next one, so we just, in the interest of time, okay? Now, we are going to do some business planning for the day, our to-dos, okay? Here's what we will do. I want you to take a look again for the moment. For those of you who were here yesterday, take a look at what you wrote down. If you weren't here yesterday, I want you to make a commitment to yourself for you and your work in the 2 weeks that we are here together for this morning routine challenge. Okay. So what I want you to do is either look at your commitment that you wrote down yesterday and reaffirm it to yourself, or write one right now. I'll give you just a moment. What do you want to make happen in the 2 weeks, in these remaining 2 weeks of this morning routine challenge? What are you going to commit to yourself to do? And if you wrote one down yesterday, take a look at it. Okay. And then now I want you to take, and if you did this, again, this was an exercise we started yesterday. So I want you to take a look again at the most important things that need to happen this month in your business. What did you write down yesterday? Take a look at that. Share it if you feel like it. Type it in the chat. What is the most important thing that needs to happen this month in your business? Still the same thing as yesterday, I'm assuming. And then today, to wrap things up, what are the most important 3 things that need to get done today to support your month-end goal? Write some things down. I'm going to write some things down too. Okay. Oh, I did pretty good. 9:01 today, guys. All right. Everyone, go forth. I love you. Spread your love out into the world. You should now have your tasks you need to do for the day. If anyone is in need of support in any way, please let the group know. Do not go unsupported. I will be mad. I love you very much, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. You're so welcome. Mwah. Go forth, as my spiritual coach would say, go forth and make trouble into the world. With love, of course. See you guys on the flip side. Bye.